Hello, this is the Too Many Words podcast. This is your host, Jordan, along with my co-host. You gonna say your name?
Aiden Drake.
Okay, that's his son's name. Okay.
It's also my alter ego if I was ever a pro wrestler. The Viking.
It's Isaac William Joseph.
Isaac Lingle Balls. Dingle Schmick. Iceman. What are some other nicknames I've gotten? Dumbass.
That's a nickname. Oh my goodness, what is going on for today?
Isaac William Joseph Lingelbach. Oh, whoa. Why do we throw the last name in there? Whoa. Isaac William Joseph here, yes. This is episode, 35?
36.
Oh my goodness.
35 was last week.
36. Can you tell that I haven't uploaded episode 35 yet for the week, and I gotta do that right after this podcast?
That's actually been up for a very long time.
Yeah, I just haven't gotten to it this week, but it's fine.
It's been up for so long, I forgot I uploaded it, and I tried uploading it again today.
Really?
Yes, because I finished the video episode today.
It's actually been so long since I've gotten around to uploading an episode, because, 2 weeks ago I just uploaded 2 episodes. And I just feel like, there's been moments this week. It's like, oh my gosh, did I forget to post the freaking episode? Did I forget to do important stuff? Speaking of important stuff, I have. Well, let's get into a small thing that you wanted to ask me about, which is one of the things that I'm busy with this weekend. I have to write a script. Not the crappy one that I made for a 30-second commercial, but an actual script for a 3 to 5 minute film that I will also be directing.
That was
Crazy.
A great commercial.
Crazy. If this is dude, this is my first attempt at Quentin Tarantinoing this shit. Written and directed by.
Alright, so are you not in a group, or are you just by yourself?
I'm in a group.
Okay.
Here's the problem, though. One of my group members has been gone ever since we've been made a group. So we're just going to have to pretend that she's dead.
Oh. Make that part of your story.
No. No.
Oh my god, she's dead! You just have a stick on the ground.
Matter of fact, when's this episode release?
15 days from today.
15 days from today? Okay. Well, 10 days from today, it's due. So
Does April have 31 days?
Huh?
Does April have 31 days?
Hell if I know. Anyways, but 10 days from today, it's due. So, as you guys are listening, my first ever film is probably up. Unless I crashed and burned, because so far, we've had no progress on it. And my other partner, she's there.
There's a lot of she's in this class.
Yeah, I work with 2 girls in this project.
I mean, just over time, you've told me there's pretty much nothing but girls in this class. I swear.
Well, Jordan, I only talk to girls in college. What are you talking about? Are you kidding me?
Okay.
I don't even acknowledge the dudes. What are you talking about?
Except for that one dude.
Except for that one dude.
Commercial.
Who? Oh yeah, that guy.
Who? The dude that was in the commercial.
The dude I had to be with. It would have been girls if I had to pick, but
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Maybe. But yeah. What did you want to ask me about, Jordan?
So what is this? What is this video? This movie, film, whatever you want to call it for? What is it?
It's my final project for video production 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So how long does it have to be? The video?
3 to 5 minutes.
3 to 5 minutes. That's
He
not
talked about
awful.
technicality in the 3 phases of storytelling. And so the 3 acts literally have to be 90 to 100 seconds each. It's going to be very difficult.
Is it?
Yes.
I think you'll knock it out of the park.
I think I will too, if everything goes right. That's up here in my head. Okay? So since one of our members was gone, I had the vision before she was gone. The vision was that she was going to be our lead actress. And the other girl was going to be the secondary actress.
Okay.
And I was going to be the antagonist.
Okay. So there's 3 people, including yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just 3 actors. Not a lot of talking points. We're really just focusing on the visuals of this thing.
Okay.
It's about a girl who is being stalked by a creepy dude. That creepy dude is me.
Isaac, you can't be creepy.
Oh, I'm gonna be creepy.
No, you can't.
If people see
Look
the
at
me,
you. You're
if people
too
can
adorable.
see me the way I see myself sometimes in the mirror, I'm like, oh my goodness! If I saw me
No
walking
one
down the
sees
street,
you
I would
like
go
that.
to the other sidewalk. Are you kidding me? Oh, dude.
You still look so goofy. You're just not creepy. You're just goofy.
Oh, whatever.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm biased and I've known you for
Well,
so
yeah,
long.
you've
like,
seen me. I'm a familiar face.
Yeah.
But if I was an unfamiliar face, oh, dude, I am just. It's hard for me to make friends in general. I do not think I'm a very alluring person
I don't know about that.
in, overall. But-
Charisma is a big thing when making friends. As
Oh,
long
yeah,
as you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
come off annoying, I think that's a big part of it.
Oh yeah, that's why I talk in class.
Yeah.
Then people like me.
Yeah, exactly.
First day of school though, nobody's looking my way at all. People, see me sit next to them and they sit 3 rows down.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna be a stalker in this film. Wouldn't that be funny? Like, I'd be on like one of those Buffalo Wild Wing trivia nights, and it'd be like, director Isaac William Joseph played what in his first role ever? A robber, a murderer, a stalker, or a
Wrestler.
wrestler?
There you go.
Option C, stalker. So, this female lead, you don't have to be great at acting,
Yeah.
but you can't be terrible at acting.
Yeah.
There's a reason why, the criteria is just to be a girl at college age. There's a reason why I haven't asked Hannah to do it.
Why?
Oh, you've said it yourself, Jordan. Hannah's a horrible actor.
Did I say that?
Oh, yeah. Remember when we made a TikTok together?
No.
No? Well, Hannah lacks charisma.
Okay, she only lacks charisma when you tell her to be charismatic.
Ah,
Like, when
yeah,
she's doing
yeah.
her own thing and being in her own environment, I think she is, like, great.
She's charismatic in a mean way.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, her charisma is mean. Yeah, she stat dumped that crap right there. But yeah, so it's so the film starts with a girl. I'm deciding whether or not she's gonna have some opening lines, but it starts with her getting out of her car in the college parking lot and walking up the sidewalk. And now I'm debating on whether or not she's just walking and chilling on her phone, or she's on a phone call and being like, yeah, so he asked me for my number and I politely declined, and then he was just really rude after that, and he just said some mean things, and I don't really want to talk about it. It made me feel uncomfortable. Well, lo and behold, she's talking about me. Okay, and then there's this shot of her entering the college, but then there's this shot that's still pointing out into the parking lot, and I'm there, waiting for her, And so she goes to the first scene of this film, where she talks to our secondary actress, where she's like, hey, I had like the most uncomfortable morning with this one guy. And the second actress is supposed to completely dismiss it. She's supposed to just ignore it and be like, yeah, that's weird. Hey, are you going to my my dinner tonight? I'm really excited to put through like my culinary classes to work. So are you coming tonight? And she's supposed to be like, oh yeah, I am doing that. Yeah, after school, right?
I have to move my car.
You have to move your car?
Yeah.
Is that what Hannah's yelling at us for?
Probably.
Okay.
But
I can talk. I can describe this film
this
some
is
more.
the first time I can do this. Hey, Isaac, say something funny.
Oh my goodness. Crazy. First time for everything. Episode 36. I mean, Jordan's left for food before. I remember episode, what was it? He was eating pizza, and I just could not get over the sound of his chomping. Like, it was insane. But yeah, whatever. So the rest of this film, so it's basically the first scene is just setting up. Hey, I have to go to this dinner after school, and so the next scene is her getting in her car and setting out. It's a little bit later in the day. Okay, I'm going to make an obvious difference that it was bright daylight in the opening scene. And then the next time we see her outside, it's going to be like around sunset. I really want to make this in the later, moody, overcast type of weather because, when you're dealing with Mother Nature, lighting is very hard. So, it's probably going to take the entire week of meeting up and doing the same thing for the sake of lighting. But I will edit how the coloring does look in post. But let's see. So I'm trying to have like this sequence of her driving to said friend's house, and it's just her gaining notice that she's being followed, and she's really nervous. And I'm probably going to implement something where she finally shows up to her friend's house, and maybe she calls her friend, or maybe she texts her friend. She's like, hey, can you come outside and get me? This place is kind of sketchy. And I don't know, maybe I'll throw in a jump scare or something like that. See, as I just mentioned, I haven't written down the script, but there's definitely main things that I'm thinking of that will happen, and then there's transitional things that I got to think of the details, exact script convos that I got to think of the details to, and then, maybe there's like a moment where she's like, she has to get out of the car because she feels like she's just a sitting duck, and she's kind of just running up the street, and then she trips, and then like I'm just thinking of like this perfect underneath the car shot where you see my feet walking, and then it pans over, and then there's the tire that's super close to the camera, so you can't really see anything else. And as we pan over to the side of the other side of the tire, I want there to be a subtle pause, suspend the viewer, and then boom, there's a footstep that's made, and this is supposed to be like a huge jump scare. I'm definitely thinking of that, but but that footstep is actually supposed to be her friend. She's like, hey, what are you doing on the ground? Come inside. My house is just this way. And then there's this shot of her coming inside. And then, her friend sitting her down at the table and leaving her like a napkin or silverware or whatever it may be. I don't know yet. We don't even know where we're going to film for that part because we got to film at someone's house or at least imitate a house. And yeah, there's just a lot of things we got to figure out, and it's due in 9 days, and it's just very terrifying a little bit, not gonna lie. But it needs to be done before the end of the week, and yeah, I guess you guys will know if it's been done. Jordan's back. I guess I won't tell you guys how it ends. Because, if I want you guys to see it, why would I tell you everything about it?
I brought a friend.
You brought Liam.
He's a friend.
He is a friend. He's about to step on my keyboard, friend.
No, he's not. Just
sit down. Welcome back. How was the car moving?
Interesting.
Good. I should have said something because the girls did plan on going to Altoona when we started recording.
Probably should have said something.
Yeah.
I also wish I knew they were going to be gone, like, permanently.
What do you mean permanently?
Or, like, a longer period of time.
Why?
Because I would not have parked the way I did.
Oh.
I thought they were going to be
Oh, are you
right
worried
back.
about my mom coming? And then you're
No.
blocked?
Wait, then what'd your mom drive?
BMW.
Oh, yeah, that's the car that's missing.
It's summer now, baby. Beamer's out.
Well, then she should have pulled the truck all the way forward. Why
Yeah.
is she a stupid parker?
Everybody at this house is a stupid parker. Even me sometimes, because Hannah has said so. But the reason why I park stupid sometimes is to combat the other stupid parking. Like, legit.
Maybe the reason why she thinks you're a stupid parker is because she's a stupid parker.
Hannah? No, Hannah always parks in, like, a really good spot. She
Okay.
always, like, thinks... My mom, she is a big douche canoe with that giant truck.
She should have, if she's done driving, she should have pulled it all the way forward.
Like, my mom, she parks crooked and, like, 4 feet out from the side. And so, therefore, she's got a big truck. That means it's, like, 10 feet out from the side. So, we can barely get around, especially if the neighbor's car's there. And my mom she takes up 4 spots with one car. It's ridiculous. I would show my mom this. So, yeah, other family members who do listen to this podcast, please don't think I'm talking bad about my mom behind her back. I definitely let her know that she's a terrible parker.
Yeah. Like, honestly, if I knew where her keys were to the truck, I'd move it myself.
She's like, it's my freaking house. I'm like, is that your answer to just refusing to be better?
Yes.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, I've basically explained the entire film, so please don't ask me more about it.
What film?
Excuse me?
Oh, the film you're making.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, written and directed by
Okay.
me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes then.
Tarantinoing this shit. James Gunning this shit.
James gunning the ship.
Yes.
The ship. Gunning
The ship.
Pew, pew, you know. Bad joke. Bad joke. Bad
Jordan.
joke. What?
Tell us about what you brought today.
You know, I actually had a lot of things to talk about. I kind of
Yeah, what are a
everything
few
that
things that
they
you
were.
wanted to talk about?
Let's see. There was one thing I wanted to go over before I got into this, but we'll just get into this.
Yeah, what is this?
Today, where's my camera? There it is. I received this in the mail. This was a long time coming because I ordered it in February.
Meteora. What is a meteora?
I have no idea what the name means, I guess. But it was the second studio album of Linkin Park.
Is it for people that smell like beef?
I don't like you anymore.
Or is that meaty aroma?
I don't like you anymore. It's the 20th anniversary of it. So, if you remember a few years back, I think actually it is a few years back, they released a 20th anniversary box set of Hybrid Theory, which was their first studio album.
Wow.
And then for the 20th anniversary of this one, they released a box set for this. I missed the last one because there was a lot of stuff going on in my life, so I was going to make sure I got this one, and I did.
Good job,
I'm
Jordan.
very happy with it.
How much that cost you?
$200.
Flat?
Yeah.
After
It was
taxes
just a
and delivery?
Well, after taxes, I think it was like $213 maybe.
And shipping?
I don't remember. It was honestly, I think it was less than $220 after everything. Maybe
Did you have like a
225.
discount code?
No,
Chester?
no.
No.
If you are a subscriber to the Patreon,
Which you're not.
which you're not because we have none, you will see all of my full breakdown aside from a few exclusive things that I'm actually going to go over right now.
Oh my goodness,
It's
it's like you
on
don't have
there.
to pay for it.
Yeah. So
The Meteora, not the Patreon. Pay for the Patreon.
Yeah. Also, there has been no Patreon content uploaded for the past month, 2 months. I've decided what I'm gonna do is once we get our first subscriber, I want to upload 3 months worth of content.
Once we get our first subscriber, we're going to double down on this squat.
Yes. I'm also gonna readjust the prices because I no longer care about what Patreon tells me. So it's actually going to be sequential. We have 4 categories on there. It's going to be $1, $2, $3, and $4.
Wow.
Because honestly, we're not really doing this for the money.
We're not.
Anything that will come from the Patreon will just be extra. It's still going to go through that plan like we had talked about. It might be a little bit slower, but it's going to be faster than what it's doing right now because it's not moving at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm going to lower those prices to like essentially the bare minimum. And again, those are monthly prices. You can feel free to cancel anytime. We're not going to hold you to it.
If you don't like it, I'll give you $4, bro.
But this is the protective sleeve, I guess. And then this is the main cover. I guess, yeah, I can hand things to you.
Let me model for you.
And then you open it. It's got a big chunk on the very first section because that's where the first 3 vinyl records sit. And then in the second section, there is all the paper content. All but 2 things are in this because I took them out.
Paper.
Because they are... I got a code for 1 free year of the Linkin Park membership that they've had since like 2002.
Wait. What's the Linkin Park membership? Do you get to perform with the band every
It's
time?
called LPU, Linkin Park Underground. You get it's essentially a Patreon. It was Patreon way before Patreon was a thing. You got exclusive unreleased music, and you got exclusive like merch opportunities. I think they even back in this day they sent you like free merch for being a member. I am a member. I've been a member for I guess 2 years now. Although I actually no, well,
only 2.
So technically, it's actually only been not even been a year, but I've gotten 2 years of membership because I bought it for last year, and then they did an account migration, and as a result of that, they actually had to cancel your previous subscription. So they gave you a whole another year of membership for free. Anyways, the box set comes with a free year of membership.
Sick.
So I have another free year to go to do once that expires. And then they also gave a digital download code for the entire album.
Wow.
So there's that.
Wow.
But yeah, so it's got the first big chunk for the... I'm actually going to... First big chunk here, which is for the vinyl records. Second big chunk is for the paper content, which I will be going over in a moment. I pulled it all out. And then it goes through the actual book content, which is lyrics of the songs, band notes about the songs, and then just a bunch of other things, a bunch of really cool art. A lot of really cool art. That's a big thing Linkin Park's always been about, is their art. And then here is the 4 CDs. So they also gave you the vinyl records, but they also give you CDs of the same albums. So
hell yeah, bro.
Meteora.
I got a truck that'll play that.
Initial release, and then there's like 2 live albums, and then some other stuff.
Never mind. I have a DVD player, no, a CD player with wheels on it.
And then they also gave you 3 DVDs, which are 2 live shows, and the Meteora Work in Progress documentary.
Documentary.
Yes.
That is sick.
Then there's the final chunk here, which holds the last 2 vinyl records, which I think were actually previously unreleased.
Jordan,
They were live performances.
why are they called Linkin Park?
I did actually know this. I think it's because, like...
Did they practice in Nebraska?
well, there's a lot of Linkin Parks. Like, as in Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln.
Are you sure you want to set that up right there?
Lincoln Park. It's an inch thick.
Okay.
It's going to stand up.
All right.
Um,
I fear for you, brother.
but I think if I remember correctly, they were called Lincoln Park because they're actually named after a Lincoln Park. I think one of them just lived near a Lincoln Park or something like
They
that.
probably practiced there.
But honestly, I don't remember. It's been a long time since I looked into that.
let's meet at the gazebo.
But all of the art done for, like, I think their first 2 albums were done by... right here. By this one guy. and plus Mike Shinoda. Mike Shinoda did a lot of his
M.
own art.
Shinoda.
But their main artist was
Styles
his name
of
was
Beyond.
Borib. I can't remember how to pronounce his name.
Ryu.
But this specific piece right here was actually a new piece that they had penned.
Shing
They asked him to pen. I guess they a commission that they had him do for the release of this 20th anniversary album. So this is brand new art. This was previous album release, and then this is actually a stencil.
Whoa.
You have the Linkin Park logo. You can't really see it across camera, at least not very well. Now you can kind of see it. But this pops out, and then like you could stencil it or some shit.
I really like the next one.
The next one is the stickers. These are gonna stay on the sticker sheet. I am not taking these off. So you get big Linkin Park sticker here. Circular sticker, a name tag sticker, another name tag S sticker, I guess, and then an LP sticker. If you want to look at it, just show it off.
No, I don't trust myself.
And this is a giant ass poster. I have only unfolded it by like one section because I did not want to unfold it all the way.
You trying to resell this whole thing or something?
No, I just want to keep it in good condition, and I don't plan on like. I don't have anywhere to put this.
Posters go on walls, brother.
It's a very large poster. It wouldn't fit.
No fucking way.
It's big. I mean, maybe if you fit it behind Cody Rhodes a little bit,
Yeah.
and you'd move the move
But
the
but
Polaroid.
you'd have to be on coke to freaking hang that up here.
Yeah, if anything, I'd want to get it framed, and that'd be like a really large frame.
Yeah. Go to Hobby Lobby. No, for real.
I don't know if they have one that size.
No.
It's
You'd
like
have to like
this
go
big.
to Hobby Lobby and be like, hey, order this.
Yeah. Okay.
I need a 13 by 12 foot frame. Hello?
Hello.
I need a 13 by 12 foot frame.
No. That's what they tell you. They tell you no.
No, they wouldn't.
Why not?
Hobby Lobby would probably be like $100, $200, $300. Are you willing to spend the price of a second Meteora 20th anniversary to just frame a poster?
Yes.
Sick. Okay.
Okay.
What else did you want to talk about, Jordan? Because I got one in the bag, I got one in the holster, I got one in the what's it called? Barrel. Yeah, one in the barrel.
You got more things to talk about?
Oh, dude, I have one.
I want to talk about your work thing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, talk about it. As long as it doesn't take up a lot of time. Because I got more.
I've made the decision that I'm not going to work at the factory anymore.
Really?
Yeah. I've already applied for a couple internships for radio. I'm gonna apply for another internship for KCCI for their newspaper and writing stuff, and maybe be a multimedia journalist after a few years of that, something like that. But all in all,
That's really cool, actually.
yeah. So this is what happened, right? We all know what we talked about last week. They put me in a different department.
Yeah.
Now, it just reminded me of why I was there in the first place. I was going there because I wanted to be a really good welder, because, like, I've never thought welder would be my dead set career, but I was really crazy about, I need to learn a skill.
Welding is a really good skill to have. It can be self-taught, in my opinion, but in order for a career or a job to recognize your skill, you have to be educated.
Mm-hmm.
They're just not gonna, they're not even gonna look your way.
Yeah. So, I went to my factory. I'm like, hey, can I get in welding? And they're like, we're too busy to teach people right now. Year and some change right later. I still haven't learned how to weld. And I'm like, what am I doing here anymore? Because I'm going to college in, Scaldstone, in too many words, the website, the podcast, the side writing is all good and nice. but I need to make
You need a job.
These are all serious attempts at my career, right?
Yes.
What's even more serious is having someone hire me for it.
Yeah, you need something that will make you money.
Not necessarily money right now, but
Legitimate experience?
Legitimate experience. Which gets me thinking, Jordan, with some of the requirements that are in some of these fields, you can put some money into a yearly subscription into Adobe Premiere Pro. We need to get some experience on it. I need to definitely get some experience on it.
I'll let you do that. The program I use is an Adobe Premiere Pro clone, so it does all the same stuff. It's just free.
Free. Okay. I need you to teach me how to edit videos and episodes, and maybe even more than that, like graphic intros and graphic outros, because some of these jobs, like if I wanted to skip the internship, what they're asking is 3 years experience in Premiere Pro.
And they want Premiere Pro experience specifically.
I could probably say I have experience in Premiere Pro, and they'll be like, okay, prove it by doing this. And then if it's basically the copycat, I could probably just finagle.
You can still get that student Premiere Pro discount, right? Or something like that?
It's not that great of a discount because it's still expensive as
Oh,
hell.
yeah. Premiere Pro it's up there. That's why,
That's why we don't talk about it.
That's why most people pirate it.
Yeah. But, Jordan, I think I definitely need to at least get an internship for the summer. I've already been in talks with 101.7, the radio station. I'm like, hey, I'm a podcaster. I'd like to know more about radio, stuff about that. Maybe be a host for something. Get my voice out there. No, not just get my name out there, but get my voice out there. Be like, hey, your voice sounds nice, Isaac. You have a really nice radio voice. Hey, do you want to be an actor for stuff like that?
That's what they keep telling me at work, because when I do the announcements at work for like the deli or the meat department, they're like, "You're too good at this. You got a voice for like radio or something."
And then you'll be like, "Listen to my freaking podcast."
That's exactly what I've said. That's exactly what I've said. I was like, "Dude, I'm on a podcast." Because like I'll go into it like, "Hello, Hy-Vee shoppers. This is JVC." Actually, I don't do that.
Let me serenade you for an hour a week, baby girl.
But yeah, I want to hear more about like what you've already done regarding this, because you've talked to a radio station. Have you heard back from anyone specifically other than that radio station, or have you heard back from that radio station?
So I haven't applied anywhere else. I've almost applied to like 4 different places, but I think what I have to do is do an internship.
What I'm asking is, have you heard back from anything? Like,
yeah, the 101.7.
Okay.
They're like, hey, can we see you tomorrow? That email was sent yesterday.
Did you?
So I missed it.
Oh, really?
But I was unavailable anyways. I sent them an email back. I'm like, hey, because they did say, hey, if you're available early next week, that is great. And I'm like, I'm available anytime Tuesday morning. And so we will find out next week how that goes.
That's really cool.
So bare minimum, if I don't do a class for the semester, which it's really looking like it's not going to happen. I mean, I could throw in like a math class.
I wouldn't recommend it, honestly. At this point, I mean, sure, I said this in an earlier episode. I was like, hey, you should do summer classes because it'll get you ahead in your schooling. But right now, with everything that you've got going on, with the truck being the way it is, with you trying to make moves in the career, I think an internship would be your best option.
Yeah. My former boss in paint, I told him, hey, man, just a heads up. Here's the secret. I'm not going to be here much longer. I have not put my 2 weeks in yet. I'll be damned if I'm here for another month. I'm thinking like until I finish school, and then I can move on to greater pastures, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, what you're doing is smart. Because he's like, I have a brother He's the only one that went to college out of all of us.
Mm-hmm.
He did his schooling. Once he graduated, he moved to Colorado to get a job. He went to school for graphic design. Now he's DJing. He's like, hey man, now it's hard to get a job out here. And my boss tells his brother, he's like, you should have got experience when you were going to school, because now you have to restart straight out of school.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm thinking is, it's already going to take me such a long time to graduate, Jordan, especially if I want to do Iowa State or Iowa or anything for that matter after DMAC. I'm going to graduate college at like 28, 29, 30. Jordan, I might as well be a master of my craft by the time that happens.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking internships. And then, whether it be a full-time job with the internship or at least a pretty good paying part-time job with the internship, I want to do something that's at least closely related to stuff like that, or other stuff that I want to do. Like I also applied for an event laborer at Wells Fargo Arena.
Okay.
You know what I'm thinking? If I can show good leadership, I can be more than just a laborer there. Because it might seem a little bit out there compared to what I've been talking about, because I want to get into things like writing and film and just communications in general. But what's important for me as a potential CEO of Scaldstone Productions, I have to be able to schedule things. I have to be able to put events together. And I have done that a couple times with your help. If I get some serious experience helping set up things like WWE in Des Moines, maybe even after a couple years, I mean, who knows how long I'll be anywhere at this point. Maybe I could be like an actual event coordinator, supervisor, if I show pretty good prestige over at a place like Wells Fargo Arena.
Maybe not Wells Fargo. Maybe try Horizon Event Center. They're a little bit smaller and like.
You know what? You're a genius, Jordan. Oh my gosh.
They'd be a bit more willing to let someone, just some random Joe Schmo.
Hey, I'm not a random Joe Schmo. I'm a random Isaac William Joseph podcaster and writer.
Yes.
Freelancer. Thank you very much.
It's all right.
But yeah, I'm one of a one.
What about this other thing you want to talk about with work? There's a dude.
So I've told everybody that I care to tell, at least when it comes to people I've told at work. I'm like, hey man, I'm not doing this out of spite. I have nothing bad with EP2. It's actually kind of rare that I leave a job and not exactly hate that place. Don't get me wrong, Grimes Hy-Vee, great place. Go there. Really cool deli manager stuff. People there. Really cool people there. Fresh haircut, assistant manager, deli manager over there. Yeah. Anyways, I have no quarrel with. Did I say the company name? I mean, I guess I'm only speaking good of them.
Yeah.
I like them. They're a good factory to work for. Okay, if you're a young person that doesn't know what they want to do yet with their life, that EP2 factory is a very good place to get some blue collar experience, get some trade skill experience, really good money, especially if like you're just starting out. Will turn into good money if you're there for a while, but it's not my thing anymore. It was my thing. I think despite not knowing how to weld yet, blue collar experience, factory worker experience in general, probably might swing in a good position in the future if I ever have to go to the world of blue collar again. Hopefully not, but I think I've proven that I'm a pretty good worker in that environment. With that said, There's only one person that has been bugging me on my way out of here. And it's not why I'm leaving. It's just something that bothers me. And this podcast has become a really good thing for me to vent sometimes. Okay, Jordan?
Yeah.
Because, see, what I used to do before the podcast is that I would have something that bothered me about someone or something, and that I would never get to express it, and that I would then hate that someone or something. But instead, I get to explain how I feel on the podcast, so then you understand my side of the story, our fans understand the side of the story, and then I never have to visit it again. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, yeah, the people that I care about, they get it. You know, they get it. So with that said, let me get into it. We're going to call this guy D.
Okay. That's a little bit of a reference, but okay.
We're going to call this guy D.
Okay.
D, well, let's just say, in my new position at the factory, it's wonderful. I push buildings. That's it. It's a blue-collar, glorified version of pushing carts at grocery stores.
Yeah.
It is super easy, and I get paid pretty well for it. It's almost like, why are you leaving, Isaac? But, you know, we've already crossed that bridge. But super fun. Our boss, super fun, super understanding, good Christian man, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. He
That's
actually,
cool.
I told him that last weekend my girlfriend got baptized, and he was actually super happy to hear that. Super happy
That's
to hear
cool.
that. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's like, you know, when you say girlfriend, it's more like fiance, right? I'm like, yeah, we'll see. You know, as things like this happen, like a baptism, as we get older, as we get to be together longer, as mentioned earlier in previous episodes, new questions are introduced into the relationship. But before I get into a rabbit hole on this story, let me just go back. All in all, my boss is pretty dope. There's just one thing. D, he has for some reason...
Wait, is D your boss?
No.
Okay.
D and my boss are two different people. My boss, I will refer to as my boss.
Is D from the paint
ref-
department, or is
No,
he
no,
from
no.
the new department?
He's in the new department.
Okay.
My boss, he's for some reason made an early favorite of this guy named D.
Okay.
Now, you know, I'm okay with bosses having favorites. I personally am a guy who will just show up to work and do my work, and I don't need to be best friends with my boss. I am pretty good friends with my boss from paint department, but that's besides the point. There's one issue, only one, with my boss, and it's because since D is kind of like an early favorite, he kind of likes to explain things to him more than the rest of us. And then when D does things good or picks up on things that we don't, it's just even that much more glorifying in his direction. And it's kind of just not a great thing. But I can get over that. My problem didn't start until D started acting a little bit higher than his pay grade. Hey, bro, you came here 3 months ago. You came to this department less than a month ago. We get paid the same. I would be being paid more than you if I wasn't going to school at this point. Because if I was a full-timer, and literally this is what they said, if I worked more, I would have gotten a raise at my 6-month evaluation.
You probably would still be in paint.
Yeah. That's exactly why I'd still be in paint. That's exactly what they said. Mm-hmm. But it started with small things that I kind of shrugged off. Like, so what we do to lift up these buildings is we use this giant manifold that is basically like an air transfer thing.
Yeah, you talked about it last time.
Yeah, you pull a lever and it raises it up. Okay, I'm just repeating it for the slow kids, right? I'm a slow kid. I got to repeat myself all the time for myself, okay? But anyways, my boss walks away from the building to do something real quick. And he's like, "One of y'all air up so we can block up."
Does he actually talk like that?
Yeah, I actually told him that he could totally be a podcaster because he talks like this. He's from Dallas.
Really?
Yeah. He's got the slight Southern, but it's almost like classic slight Southern.
Okay. That's cool.
Really cool guy.
This guy sounds amazing, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
he's really cool. He's really jacked.
Yeah,
actually.
you told me about that.
Yeah, he looks
Get
like
him on the podcast.
he looks like the love child of like Malcolm X and Morgan Freeman.
Wait, he's also African American?
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, huge biceps. I call that old man strong because with arms as big as his, they only get that big at that age because you had all the time to do that. You know, you've been listening for 30 years? Well, sorry, I'm only 23. But yeah, the dude's huge. But yeah, he was walking away from the building. He's like, "One of y'all air up." I was like, okay. I start motioning towards the manifold. I'm like, "Hey guys, we got to air up." And D's like, "Did he tell you to do that?" Because I had not done it yet. But guess what? I watched people do it. So I'm kind of being treated. Jordan, I'm a part-timer, but I'm also a grown man. I'm a part-timer not for Hy-Vee, but for a factory.
Mm-hmm.
I will not be treated like I'm stupid and incapable.
Okay.
I can turn a lever. But you know what? I let him do it because he felt obligated to. Okay? But it's small things that started to build up with me and D, where he just acted superior to me. Where I don't need to feel superior to him. I just need things to make fucking sense.
Mm-hmm.
There was another time where Jarvis is a great AI for Iron Man.
Yes.
I just had a random thought there. You can cut that out if you want.
I will do that.
Thank you.
I will definitely.
My boss, he sent D to do something and to grab Isaac to do this with him. And D kind of has this approach where he points at me. He's like, "Hey, you're coming with me. We're going to do this." And it's like, "Hey, man, you don't got to talk to me like that." And another case, that same day, this is what sent me over, Jordan. This is what sent me over, okay? This is what made me decide, yeah, this guy's just a prick who thinks like he just can just tell me what to do. My boss had me and D move the manifold from one side of the factory to the other side. Now, my boss just said to go take it to the east side. Now, I thought that meant the east side of the big warehouse section that we were in. I'm like, "This is the east side." And D was like, "No, like the east wing." I'm like, "Oh, like all the way across the factory." He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, I get it. I'm good after that exchange, okay?" Small miscommunication. We go through the garage door that takes us to the main section. We gotta cross the main section to get to the east wing.
Okay.
So I'm in the lead of the manifold. He's
Okay.
pushing it as like the engine, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "All right, now you're gonna take a right."
Okay. That's it. He just
Jordan,
he's
do you-
giving you directions
Jordan,
to
do you
what
understand?
he just told you.
Jordan, do you understand what just happened?
Yeah.
This man just informed me how to walk across my place of fucking work.
Yeah.
Jordan, that's like someone being new at your work
Mm-hmm.
and telling you how to get from the deli to the dairy department. "Hey, you're going to go that way. You and I are quite different a lot.
Yeah. In that situation.
But after so many steps that had built me up to that, and a guy literally telling me how to walk across where I work, where I've been working for a year above him. I've been there a year and 4 months. He's been there for 4 months. If you know how to get across the fucking factory, I do too.
You're gonna lower your
I'm
volume
sorry.
level. Yeah, don't forget you're literally yelling into a microphone.
Wait a second.
What?
Bad things are happening.
What do you mean? Uh-oh.
I should have noticed this a long time ago, Jordan.
What?
There is no sound waves.
What do you mean you didn't notice that? How do you not notice that?
Well, hopefully, IBS has been recording.
IBS?
OBS? Whatever it is.
Oh, IBS. That's great. Oh, okay, fine. Here, you know what? Switch me.
Switch you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to take a look at it.
I don't understand it because, like, it's been going across. But, like, my mic's not muted.
Okay, so OBS is recording audio. OBS is not recording audio, so OBS is using this microphone. It looks like...
Is the gain all the way down or something? You know what's really annoying? What's that?
Audacity is not using the right microphone.
Well, what makes even less sense is that there's no sound waves, though.
Yeah, because it was detecting no audio from the microphone it was using.
That's weird. What microphone would it be using?
Let's see. It looks like it was using just the Realtek audio.
Do we do this podcast all over again?
No. I'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out. I'm so bad at this, bro. We need to have, like, some... What's weird is that almost every time, every week where I don't test my audio, something like this happens. But every week where I do test my audio, it's almost as if it was unnecessary because it had already made obvious plays that it was working anyways. I don't get it.
It's all right. Thankfully, OBS is recording audio in the proper audio through the proper microphone, so I can take
So
the
everything's
audio.
been quality.
Everything's gonna be great, as long as you don't fuck up OBS at all. Okay.
Okay, well, that's what you're for after we record anyways.
Okay,
So,
we can switch back now.
man, I was about to be super sad.
There is no more Audacity running, just so you know, because I was like, I'm gonna give up.
That's appropriate.
Anything that we try to do on Audacity will just screw up editing. So
That's fine. That's fine.
Just yeah. Yeah.
That was so weird.
That's hey, that's all right. That's honestly, this is all right. This is a problem that very easily resolved. Okay. As a matter
It
of fact,
almost seems like you just play my video and then you just lay over your audio. And then, like,
I could probably
obviously
do
throw
that.
obviously throw your visuals in there.
but the way I have to synchronize the audio won't let me do that. So.
Okay. Does it do the auto sync that Premiere Pro does?
I can do that. I have to. Okay, so I have to edit the audio separately from the video. I take the audio file from you, audio file from me, and I put both of those in Audacity, and I adjust the tempo and the spacing and timing of the one so they match up as good as I can. They never match up perfectly because that's almost impossible.
Is this like post-episode stuff that we could talk about? I don't know if this
fine.
is all interesting.
I'm almost done. Like, if you literally let me talk for like another 30 seconds,
I know.
it would have been fine. Okay?
I mean,
now you just made it longer.
Bro, our back and forth banter is fine anyways. This is what people come for.
Anyways, I
And
just
my
plug both of
genius.
those. I adjust one of them to fit, to line up as properly as I can because they, like I said, almost never really sync. And then I export that and that's the audio file that I give you to upload to Spotify. And then I take that and I take all the video files and I plug them into this DaVinci Resolve, which is what I use. And it does have an auto-synchronizing thing that typically takes about 15 minutes to synchronize. So yeah, and that's typically how that works.
Okay.
Bless you. He's a cutie.
Liam's been just chilling in the corner this entire episode, like a good boy.
He's a good boy.
Like a good boy.
He's a very good boy.
With that said, Jordan, I don't know how long we've been recording now.
About 50-something minutes.
50. Well, I knew that. It was like 50 when I noticed that we were messing up. Or I was messing up.
Hey, we're still good for a
I was
while.
about to get really upset. Every single time, like, something happens with my mic, I get super upset. Because, like, I feel like I at least have one moment of narrative podcast host gold where I don't stutter and I just express myself. Like I just did. Yelling about my annoying ass coworker telling me how to walk across where I work. That's like someone telling you how to get to your kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Dog?
If I was in your same situation, I would just assume they know nothing about me and know nothing about where I work. Like in the store, I'd be like, oh, you know, I've worked here for 7 years, right?
Yeah. That's actually come across my head. Like, dude, they picked up that I've been here for like a year, right? Because like they know that I've been in the paint department, and we all talked about how long we've been at work the first day we were together.
And maybe he didn't. Like I'm pretty sure James never knew that I wasn't willingly moved to meat department, or that I'm pretty sure he thought I moved willingly, like I purposely went there. But I don't know if that's true. I never asked him. I didn't want to bring it up. But yeah, no, that's wild. I having a person that you just can't get along with at work can really make or break that place. That
yeah,
time.
The factory is a big place.
He closed the door behind
and
him.
There's a lot of nice people at the place. There's a lot of good people at the place. And I will say, after talking all this smack about D, I will say, at the end of the day, he is a good worker. He is a good hard worker. He's got like that newbie vibe where he does a lot of things above and beyond because he wants to make a good first impression, you know. So yeah, despite all the things that bother me with him, he's still a good worker. He still helps us get the things that need to be done by the end of the day. So yeah, I will share this one part that that's kind of silly that happened today, and then we can get into the closer.
Nope.
Oh, you remembered your thing?
No, I didn't. There was something else I can't remember for some reason, but I do have more stuff. So
okay.
as
we said, hour and a half episodes.
I was gonna say I planned on starting hour and a half episodes. Our last episode was about an hour and a half. It was actually like 4 minutes shy of it.
Yeah.
That's
fine.
Like hour and a half episodes.
That's fine. That's fine. I feel like that is only beneficial, especially
Honestly.
for people that listen at work.
Oh yeah, podcast listeners are gonna be like, "Fuck yeah."
Yeah.
YouTube watchers are gonna be like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So we had about 9 different things we had to move, considering buildings today, and we only got 6 of them done. But actually, no, 7 of them done. But it's okay because things happened, and our supervisor, that's above my boss, he's like, we have 5 more moves left to do for the rest of the day, but I'm okay if we can only get 3. So that's what happened. With that said, there was a moment where he's like, can anybody work on Saturday? Can anybody work tomorrow? And he points at me. I'm like, I got homework. He's like, I don't care about your homework. I'm like, bro, I got a script to write for a movie. You want to be an actor? He's like, no. I'm like, come on, man. I'll scratch your back. You scratch mine. He's like, I employ you. And someone said, hey, man, yeah, he didn't think about that, did he? And in my head, I'm like, little do they know. I'm fucking out of here.
That's goofy.
So, yeah, that was a little silly moment that I'd like to share on this podcast. The Too Many Words podcast! I didn't get to say that for myself when you introed it.
Yeah, I mean...
It's okay.
You don't need to say it every time.
I like to say it. It's the Too Many Words Podcast, episode 36.
Okay.
No. I love it when you
stupid.
No, I love it when you do the opener. Sometimes it really takes a load off of me.
Takes your breath away.
Yeah, it does. Literally leaves me speechless because it would be inappropriate if I talked over the intro. So yeah, there's that. What else did you want to talk about, Jordan? What was your last thing? What is this? It's a car. It's another car.
I didn't know this was coming today. I got 2 packages I was waiting on for a long time.
For those who
On
are
the
just
same day.
for those who are only listening, I haven't even opened the package, but I know it's a car. Where's the knife in this sheet?
If I'm gonna be straight up with you, I also don't know which one this is.
Oh, that's how many you're buying, huh?
Well, I've only got 2.
What happened to Les telling you to save your money, sir? What?
Stormbreaker? Is it pointy enough? I think so.
Dude, imagine.
You know what's wild?
What?
Well, if this is the one that I think it is, I actually didn't
the
pay for this one.
Stormbreaker to open this deck.
But, I've also, I mean, the only one that I have paid for... okay, I think you should stop that.
What? I have 2 Stormbreakers. I can mess this one up.
You have 2 of them?
Yeah. There's the Ravager Thor. Come on. Just do it. Dude, I was about to be so proud of this thing. No, that's not working. Alright, Samurai Sword. Just kidding. We're not doing that.
You fell over.
It's okay. We don't have a knife. Jordan, say something fun.
I'll just fucking open it.
Say something while you're opening stuff.
You think that was good enough? Is that good enough for you guys?
I don't know how I feel about this Steelers knife making multiple appearances on this podcast.
It's made so many appearances. Like the first appearance was the Christmas special.
No, I used my box cutter for that one.
So yeah, this is the one I thought it was.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
I'm just gonna put that right there.
It's a freaking box.
Okay. It is a Porsche 993 GT2. So this one was a mail order car. If you spent $20 or more, stop it. Stop it. I know where your mind went for that.
No, you don't know actually.
Do I not
It's the
know?
most random thing. That's why I'm laughing.
What? Okay, now you gotta explain it then.
Well, you know how I'm a dumbass sometimes, right?
Yeah.
GT2. So I'm like, good. But it's GT2. So you gotta say twice. So it's a Porsche 993 Gratata.
Okay, you're stupid. You're absolutely
Gratata.
Anyways.
Bro, that's slow like 2014 Vine crap.
Okay. It was a mail order car. If you spent $20 or more at Dollar General, and then mailed Mattel your the UPC cards from the cars, and then in a copy receipt and a $7 money order or check, they would send you this car. Excuse me. So I actually didn't really spend anything on this.
Hottest metal cars in the world. It's pretty room
This is
temperature.
actually my This is actually my second mail order car. The first one I got when I was 5. That was for Brock's, the candy company. That was done by my
Brock's.
It was a really cool car. This one is actually a premium car, though. It's actually more than that. It's essentially an RLC car, like the ones I had previously been getting, which I do have one on the way. There was one that was just released. I didn't even get notified about it till half hour before its release while I was at work, so I didn't even get to see it. I didn't get the opportunity to purchase it. I'm very upset because it was a pink R34 Nissan Skyline. It looked beautiful. It was so good looking.
You know what's the worst part?
What?
I have not liked a single one of these that you've gotten, and that probably would have been the first one.
Okay. You said. It's not,
Okay, I don't hate any of them, Jordan. Even the bus was pretty neat. But I've not been head over heels. I would pay $45 for this kind of deal, you know.
I mean, I haven't paid
But the
$45
the
for
the
all
G,
of them.
the R34.
Oh
yeah.
It would have been a
Reason
very,
why it
very
sold
good
out in
one.
hours,
In seconds.
seconds. Dang, bro. That's how I feel about
That's
the
the
Eddie
problem
Guerrero.
with the
What-
Eddie. What?
We're having the same freaking problem, dude. That freaking R34 sold out under you. The Eddie Guerrero's Ultimate Edition sold out under me, bro.
Was that a
Sold-
limited release?
It was an exclusive.
Okay.
They might do another load for Walmart to get it, so maybe I can pre-order it in the future. But I'm imagining that if I don't get it from Walmart, Gary, my pastor Gary, and other people who care about my financial decisions, don't listen to this next part. I wouldn't be surprised if Eddie Guerrero would be on eBay in a few months here for upwards of $150. Because Eddie Guerrero, we all know as pro wrestling fans, is special. Very special.
I don't know.
I
that,
know.
But sure.
I know.
Um,
Should we do a segment like once we're like a legit, we have time to fully edit these segments, do jingles for these segments? Should there be a segment at the end of every podcast? Now that we're extending it by 30 minutes, another thing that can help it be extended a little bit, even though we've proven that we can just go on and on and on and on and on if we wanted to. But should we do a weekly segment where we tell people what we got for our collections that week?
I mean, I don't always buy everything.
I don't buy everything every week either. But if there is some, and even if it's just one of us, we could still do it.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a segment that we don't do every week if it didn't happen. But we can still do it.
What's new in the collection?
Yeah.
I don't know. Some stupid jingle.
What you waste your money on this week?
Yeah.
Ba-dum-bum.
So no, I was actually really looking forward to this one. This one was a difficult one to track, honestly. But yeah, so it was good. It was good.
You know what happened? You know what jingle goes on in my head for
What's
like no
that?
reason, and it does not exist. But it's like one of the laziest ideas for our jingle. Too many words. Too many words. Ba-dum-bum.
You know what one goes on in my head a lot?
Hmm.
What's Gibby thinking about?
Oh my god. Thank you for probably having that stuck in my head when I have to go back and look through this episode for promos. And, titling and description and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, no, I that's an old iCarly reference. That was good. That's good.
What's our time look like?
Well, I don't know. I started recording before you, so like I don't.
Well,
really know.
mine says an hour and 8 minutes.
Okay. So mine says an hour and 10 minutes.
Dang, we got 20 more minutes to do this.
Yeah. I'm still trying to remember what I was going to talk about. Do you have anything else that you were going to talk about?
Absolutely nothing, baby.
Really? There's something in the back of your truck. What is that?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I finally got a coffee table for the
Oh,
basement.
really? Okay,
I saw it on the curb driving home, and I turned around.
Did you turn around?
I
Okay.
turned around.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It's got wheels. I don't know if that'll bother
got
me.
wheels?
Yeah, I might take the wheels off because,
Why?
yeah.
Why does it have wheels?
Well, it's not necessarily a coffee table. It's probably just one of those, push up against the wall shelves with drawers. And so, yeah, it's got pretty good storage space. Maybe I could throw like my Xbox controllers in there.
So what you're saying is, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
It's okay. Good
what?
to know.
In what aspect?
It just is.
I mean, I have always wanted a coffee table with closed storage.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're a gamer, that's essential. I could put all my Super NES games in there too.
Yeah.
That would be sick. And so, yeah, I think that's what I'll be doing. I'll think of other.
To really shut up.
I'll think of, honestly, Jordan. I mean, Our listeners might be able to hear that right now.
Oh, they can.
But it was super loud upstairs in the very first few seconds of the last episode, and you don't notice that.
I did notice that.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, well. If my Nana doesn't notice it, then it's not noticeable. That's
During
my
editing,
rule.
I notice like literally every little thing.
Really? It's crazy because...
I just was like, what are we gonna do about it? Nothing. So.
I bet Premiere Pro can do something about that.
I mean, okay, so I could do something about it. Am I going to? No, because that's
talking like an unpaid editor.
yeah, because I don't want to. Like, there's a okay, so DaVinci Resolve and like even Audacity. They have
Please
so
don't get
many-
into it.
They have so many features that you can do that I just don't because I'm too lazy. Okay, there we go. End of
It's
discussion.
okay. Jordan, do you think we should start advertising at JCD and Hobby?
Hey, if you think we can, then I think we should.
Jordan, if... Now, stop me before I get ahead of myself. If I get an internship, I almost find it completely appropriate to just do a full-time leisure job. As in, like, get like a job at JCD and Hobby. Or make that a part-time job. What if I have 3 jobs this summer? 4 jobs counting this podcast. I think if I don't have school, I think, bro, after this entire school year, I think I've proven to myself I can operate. I can juggle. Especially when most internships are just a demand of 15 to 20 hours a week. I could have a part-time job for like the weekends. An internship for like, I don't know, mornings, afternoons, whatever it may be. And then a full-time, mostly, I mean, I don't know, more dedicated part-time job. I don't know. I got a lot of options. Another option including, I explained everything I explained to you about not learning how to weld to my paint foreman. He's like, well, I didn't know that. They got a new boss over there. I could, like, tell him. I'm like, I don't know. I've kind of already decided against something like that. So, Jordan, forgetting everything we talked about, do I just have him put a word in and I learn how to weld this summer?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I think that's a serious decision that you need to come to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of those ones that I really can't give you any input on.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like people would be mad at me if I passed up on learning how to do this for free and get paid for it.
I don't know. I think that's just up to you. Oh, sorry.
It's
On
okay.
what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something that keeps popping up. Another thing I wanted to talk about, I guess, if you're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. I've said before, I think we need to do something like kind of big, like promotion-wise. What if we hosted an event?
Like what?
Like we could say, just rent out a room somewhere, like maybe at like a hotel or something like that. We rent out like what your mom did for her wedding, and we just host like a barbecue, or like a just a thing, like a charity event maybe even. What if we did something that could really promote us and get us out there?
To that I say, I don't think we're ready.
I don't think you ever are.
Huh?
I don't think you ever are.
Yeah?
I think, I don't know, like, I see these people, the idea stemmed from, like, these people on TikTok doing these stupid trends, and, like the POV one, essentially, that you were talking about, essentially that, doing stuff like that, I wanted us to do something like that, just to be like, yeah, Two Words Podcast. Like those two dudes that just go stand on the side of a sidewalk and be like, first one to do this
Gets $5. Yeah. More $5.
It's
if we did
$100
it.
for them, but yeah.
I don't know. Do you think we are professional enough of a podcast? Do you believe in our product?
Well, yeah, I know that. I definitely believe in us. I mean, but all it is just for
I believe
promotion and
in.
PR.
I believe in us. Do you believe in how our podcast experience is?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we can do anything.
Well, I do too. It's just that there's not enough hours in the week.
Well, obviously, we'd have to find a.
I think we need to
schedule this and,
develop a
like,
team.
We had a team.
It's hard to keep a team that is okay with not being paid.
Is that something we should talk about?
No. That's kind of like that's on. They didn't necessarily quit, but things are on pause. And I don't know. I feel like if we do another sports reboot, it's kind of just embarrassing. It's like getting back with your ex after like the third try. You know, maybe sports for me is just a writing thing.
Maybe.
But if these boys are enthusiastic enough to do the podcast for sports and I don't have to touch it, so be it. But I think after 2 attempts at having a sports podcast, it's kind of funny because it has everything to do with other hosts. But I think, and how I'm not, I mean, I'm okay by myself, but I'm not completely appealing by myself. I'm just not going to bring back a sports podcast. If there's like something special, like Marcellus and I want to talk about WrestleMania next year.
Maybe we do a too many word sports segment. Like, we just dedicate a half hour of one of our too many words episodes to a sports when a big major event happens.
Yeah. Or bring on a sports character, you know.
That too.
Not gonna lie, Zachary Wentz, independent wrestler, he's like, hey, I'm available to like do things. People, fans, contact your local wrestling show or something like that. And Too Many Words Podcast commented under that Instagram post, and I'm like, how much is an hour of your time? And I guess he really meant it when he said, serious inquiries, email this, instead of responding back to a comment on Instagram. So I guess I might email that. But I fear that, you know, I probably can't afford an hour of his time. But, you know, as an independent wrestler, a lot of those guys make like $500 to $1,000 a week. So maybe he'll be content if I give him a couple $100. But the fact still stands, I can't afford a couple $100. I can afford $50. But if we're talking three digits, 3 digits. Like 1.00 dollar for you, troubles, kind of thing. But I don't know. The best part about this podcast is that we have unlimited opportunities.
Except for the fact that we're completely broke.
Our restraint is our money, our time, and our imagination. If those 3 things work, we can do anything.
It's honestly amazing, like how far we've come and how much we've done with just like $0.
I mean, $126.
I mean,
I got my mic right here.
I'll admit, yes, I've put forward a lot of money into the podcast. Like, I mean, I've bought essentially all the microphones except for that.
Hey, man, it costs $35 a month to keep the website up that advertises the podcast, you know.
That's $35 a month?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like my most expensive subscription, actually. I have, like...
Do they have a yearly option?
Yeah.
How much is that?
Well, here's the thing, Jordan. I did the yearly option one time for a different website builder website, right?
Yeah.
That was the that sports page.
Yeah.
That was my original blog. I had that on a yearly paid thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, once upon a time, the 1 year thing was up to be repaid for, and 19-year-old, 20-year-old me was like, I don't got cash right now, and it just didn't get paid for. and I lost the domain name. I forgot how to log back in, and then that's the real reason why that blog died, is because I don't know how to log back in. I don't remember what supporting website it was on, and I don't know. I'm probably just a few steps away from reviving it, but I have no memory of how to bring it back.
Integrate it into the skullstone.com.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, do I just do like one page of the skullstone.com that says that sports page, and then you click it, and then it's like a throwback theme of that?
I think that'd be neat.
And then like it's rebranded name of that sports and entertainment page. Because this time around, I watch pro wrestling. I didn't watch pro wrestling when I made the blog. Guess who watches pro wrestling and only wants to write about pro wrestling anymore, unless the football season's on or something interesting
Football
with football.
season's coming up very soon.
August.
It's going to be here before you know it.
I mean, it's always football season if you're an XFL fan.
I guess that's true.
But you remember that thingy?
No, I give it up on
Stop not trying to remember the thingy.
No,
Stop listening to me,
I
sir.
was trying. I was really trying, but I don't think it was that important.
Should we address your haircut?
We already did.
You look really good. You walked into the house and I was like, this motherfucker looked like Ragnar Lodbrok.
I mean, except for
I was quite jealous because although we didn't even plan this, we kind of have the same haircut.
Mine's a little bit higher cut than yours, but yeah.
I should probably make mine higher just for the sake that I have a huge widow's peak. And when I had a mohawk, although the mohawk is a unique choice in itself, it kind of hid my hairline.
Yeah.
It kind of just...
Well, I think, honestly, just in general for this hairstyle, it's just too low.
Yeah. There's like a hairstylist that calls these wings. Because like if I try to put it to this side,
You
I
still
have
a
that,
bunch,
and those
yeah.
are like wings.
That's my biggest problem too, is those wings. That's why you got to cut it higher.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, for you, I probably wouldn't go as high as your actual hairline. I'd maybe go just a little bit.
Yeah,
because
because my hairline, if you try to make it symmetrical, if you do cut at the hairline, it is a mohawk. It's
It's
I
just
don't
too
know.
narrow.
I don't know. Dear Lord Heavenly Father, my God sneezed when he was designing my hairline. Everything else was perfect, though.
I think if you sneeze, it'd be crooked.
He sneezed twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. You think God has imperfect sneezes, sir?
Okay.
Blasphemy.
You think God
Blasphemy!
sneezes? You think God sneezes?
I don't know.
That's my retort to that. Bitch.
I bet there's some crazy angelic pollen up there sometime.
Oh, that's great.
Jordan, should we get into the closer?
I think we can.
All right.
Something I want to seriously mention. Our YouTube has gotten 5 new subscribers in the past 28 days.
Oh my goodness. That
In the
reminds
past
me, I got to
28
shout out the
days.
Instagram followers too.
Yes. I'm going to pull up the YouTube.
Yes.
Actually,
So we recently had 3 Instagram followers that came out of nowhere. We had been sitting on 66 followers for the longest time, but we're at 69.
Nice.
Nice. To name the 3, we have another one, Jordan. We have another podcast following us.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Ooh, I got to go give them a phone.
Bombcast_podcast. The Bombcast podcast. I like it. They look like a newer Instagram with only 11 posts, but at the same time they have 1,070 followers. So, I don't know, man. Pretty successful sounding podcast.
How many people are they
Bombcast
following,
podcast. They're following 2,483 podcasts.
I think we need to do some of that too. Maybe go follow some just fellow podcasters. People trying to do the same thing we're doing.
True.
Trying to people on that grind.
True. It's a community. We should just, be a literal Facebook group. We also have Cole Doctor Lufu. Cole Doctor Lufu. Welcome aboard, Cole Dr. Lufu.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Because I don't.
Nope.
Yep. No, man.
I love
Maybe
it
I
when
do.
I love it when strangers find the podcast and they follow us. I don't know what the allure is. I mean, I kind of do. I have an idea of what I want the allure to be, but I don't know what makes strangers come up. I guess for a handful of people so far, Jordan, we're genuine content.
Yeah.
We're genuine people. We're fun. We're fun to listen to, and that feels good. And then what's been long overdue, sir? We got another follow at Les Mauricia.
Yes, sir.
Les Mauricia _ otherwise known as Mr. Les. Go check out our episode from 2 weeks ago where Mr. Les talks about success up in here in the studio of Isaac Lingelbach's mom's house.
So this guy, this other guy we don't know, he knows, at least we don't know directly. He does know Darren, and it looks like Carly.
Yeah.
And one other person that I apparently follow, Mason.
Yeah.
So,
cool. Any elaboration on the 5 subscribers on the YouTube? Because I kind of totally just ran you over with the Instagram followers. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. I was waiting for you to go for that first. So we gained 2 subscribers from the short that you posted.
Good. That's typically how we get them. Actually, it's fun. It's really fun that we do that.
That means these are actual random people.
Yeah,
that's wild to me. Because I don't know, that's just cool. Because our shorts keep blowing up on YouTube.
Yeah, over 1,000 views on this last one as well.
To over 1,200.
Yeah.
Like
that's better than TikTok.
5 subscribers in the past 28 days, 15 watch time in hours over the past 28 days, and 1.7 views in the past 28 days. 1.7 thousand views in the past 28 days, I should say. So We're at a total for 39 subscribers.
Nice.
We got 2 views in the last 48 hours, which is, but no, yeah, like we're really doing good.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna check our stuff on our lifetime. So we are at 106.6 watch time in hours over our lifetime, and 10.7 thousand views in our lifetime. 10.7 thousand views in our lifetime. That's a lot. Like across our entire board, that's pretty good.
That is a lot. Mostly shorts, but it's fine.
I mean, yeah.
Have you seen the video production series?
Yes, I have seen it. I guess I don't know how it's doing. Let's see, our number one video is still the "Do You Agree with Jordan?" I think that was the Avatar one.
Yeah.
And then
when we hate on things or get controversial, YouTube loves that shit.
Okay, so that last short shot up to 2nd place.
I need to stop cursing in my episodes if I want my great grandmother to listen to these. It'd be nice if she listened to like one of them.
Someone calling you or something?
My girlfriend is FaceTiming me. Do I answer it?
No.
No? Okay. I don't have a girlfriend during the podcast.
Answer it. I'm gonna go over more YouTube stuff while you do that. Actually.
What? Okay, I guess I'm leaving.
No, you can.
Hello, my love.
He's loud about that. Oh my goodness. So our 3rd place is actually the hot chip one. That's still pretty good. And then the one after that is Where Were You 6 years ago? That was the Winter Gem one. Okay, man, our shorts still do really good, honestly. Let's see. Our number 1 most watched actual episode is
It's actually one of my video production episodes. If you're looking at straight videos.
What? I'm looking at just regular videos that aren't shorts. It's actually the Super Bowl watch party.
Oh!
With 64 views. And then after that, it's
well,
Too
that's
Many
a
Words
live
episode
stream,
1.
though.
And then after that, Too Many Words episode 1.
Of course.
56. And then after that, Midnight Snacking.
Midnight Snacking.
Views. Then the Wahlburger story.
Mm-hmm.
Then the
Hey!
bonus special, the Too Many Christmases.
Stop.
When are we doing
that.
another special? I think we should do one.
We should.
What's the
Mother's
next
Day.
holiday?
Mother's Day special.
That was the one I did want to talk about. We have our mothers on. But like you're like, I don't know about that.
Actually, if we make it like an event, though, I don't know, where we bring our moms flowers and a card.
We have them
And then-
sitting in here by themselves first, and then we come in later, be like, "Here you go, mama."
I'm willing to entertain them back and forth by themselves.
Well, just at the start, like for the first like minute, we intro with
They
them, like,
intro the
"What are we doing?
podcast.
What's going on? Yeah, and then we walk in. Here you go. I think that'd be neat. I think that'd be fun. I think it'd be really fun. Like our moms don't hate each other. They just don't necessarily like. I mean, I guess like each other right now. Maybe I don't really know. Their situation's weird. So
They're on like good Facebook terms.
yeah.
Yeah, small doses.
Well, I mean, they haven't even gotten together in a while. So
Okay,
I don't know how that'd be.
I think here's their gripe.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time when they're together, it's event planning situations.
Yeah.
It's, hey, I need a baby shower.
Even then,
Hey,
though, my mom
I needed
is
to
not
do
really...
a birthday. Hey, I need you to help set up my wedding. And hey, this is my mother doing these. And then your mother helping out with those. Your mom doesn't really do events.
Yeah, she doesn't really. Like
But with that said, event coordinating, highly stressful. You and I have been there. So
May 14th.
maybe it on the surface, it makes a negative emotional connection with that. I think they would have a hell of a time talking on here on the podcast.
Hi.
Drop off your toy and go back upstairs. Thank you, sir. Mother's Day special?
If you're down with it, I'm down with it.
Well, that's the easy part. If our mothers are down with it.
Well, I mean, it's still not for another month. It's another month today, May 14th.
May 14th is Mother's Day?
Yes.
Do we release it on Mother's Day, or do we record it on Mother's Day?
Well, if it's for the release of Mother's Day, that would be...
We'd have to record it here in a couple weeks.
That'd be the May 12th. No, that'd be the... We'd have an episode that comes out May 13th.
Mm-hmm.
You think that'd be okay?
No, it has to be special. That's why it's a special. It's a bonus
So
episode.
you want it to be a bonus episode?
It's a bonus episode.
Well, in that case...
And we're allowed to do one camera angle for the week that we have to deal with that special. So we do really cool editing for the special. We'll get lazy in the editing for...
I've been thinking about it.
What's that?
3 camera angles might actually be easier than 2.
Okay.
But the only thing I'm waiting on for that is a cord for the other camera and a tripod for it. So once I buy that, we'll be good to go for that. What?
There's not sufficient space disk to continue recording. So, Jordan, let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Your side.
Keep an eye out for the Mother's Day special on May 15th.
There's probably
Or May
not
14th.
a lot
Yeah,
of,
we'll be releasing it on May 14th, okay? We'll just record it like we'll probably have to record the regular episode and the Mother's Day special episode back to back.
We're gonna have to do this real soon if we're doing it.
Oh yeah. So like I said, we'll do that back to back. It would be like I said, that would come out May 14th, and we would record an episode for May 13th as well. And so that would be recorded. So we'll probably record the Mother's Day special, I think, April 27th. Yes.
Well, anyways, rate this 5 stars wherever you're listening, whether it be Spotify, Apple, or Google Podcast. Give us a like if you're listening on YouTube. Please share out that algorithm. Share with your friends and strangers. Just, go up to someone on the street. Hey, listen to the Too Many Words podcast. And they'll be like, what the hell? And then you just walk away. And then that makes them Google it. So, therefore, Yeah, just do that. Bother the general public, please.
Follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram at Too Many Words Podcast. Jordan, where can we find us personally?
You can find me right here on the Too Many Words podcast.
All right, you can find Jordan at Jordan Van Cleve on Instagram. Anyways, you can find me on Instagram at _William Joseph. Joseph spelled wrong.
You have to find one more Wayne's character.
Jordan, who or what do we make this podcast episode out to?
This podcast episode goes out to
What's up?
This podcast goes out to all the families that are out there that are struggling with just whatever sort of bad situation they're going through right now. And I know of a couple families that are just not having a great time right now. And I wish I could tell them that I care about them and that I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for being so insensitive while he said all that, but I genuinely feel the same way. Anyways, this podcast episode for me, I'll name drop because it's not his real name.
What's up, guys?
Thank you, Kiko, for having really nice talks with me throughout my
Tyrion.
time at the factory.
Tyrion, go back upstairs.
Thank you, bye. Thank you, bye. Thank you, bye. Love you.
Love you.
Yeah, this episode goes out to Kiko for being such a great boss. Honestly.
Go on.
This can also go out to Darian and Rudy. Really cool guys.
Go on.
Freddie, Fidan, Nip. Thank you for being a dope crew for me over in paint department, honestly. I'll never forget you guys. I've already added you guys on social media, some of you. I need to get the rest of you, but yeah. Probably the most family I've felt at a workplace.
Isaac,
Legit.
what have you learned this week?
What have I learned this week? What have
Yeah.
I learned this week? What have I learned? I've learned a lot. You know, when you go to a department, a new department, you've learned a lot. But what have I learned this week? I've learned that just going to college is not good enough for my career. I've learned that I need to go and put myself out there on the professional level. I've learned that really quickly. And I'm diving right into it, no matter how scary it is, because trust me, it's scary. It's very intimidating, anxiety-inducing, and a little bit depressing because you constantly don't feel like you're good enough with all the requirements that these writing jobs are making me want to have. But you know, the thing is that I will eventually have it. I will eventually be great, as great as I aspire to be. So. In due time, I think I'm making the right moves that I need to be making while I'm in college. So, yeah, that's what I learned this week. What you learned this week, Bo?
I learned that what did I learn this week? I learned to be more assertive as a dungeon master for Dungeons and Dragons. I really need to be more assertive when it comes to that sort of stuff. So, yes. Isaac, do you want me to do the outro? Oh, there you are. Amen on 3.
Amen on 3.
1, 2, 3. Amen.